The nurse leaned over and whispered, "Don't let your husband sign your discharge papers." I stared at her confused. I'd just given birth 3 hours ago. My husband Damon was getting coffee. The nurse, Beverly, checked the hallway. "I've worked L&D for 23 years. I've seen this before." She pulled up her tablet. "Your insurance changed yesterday. He moved your life insurance beneficiary to himself. $500,000. My stomach dropped. My parents set up that policy. Mom was supposed to stay beneficiary. There's a mistake. He also signed you up for home health aid. Claimed severe postpartum complications you don't have. Why would makes him your medical proxy. All decisions, including DNR. The room tilted. Damon had been perfect during pregnancy. Rubbed my feet every night, but I remembered now. How he'd insisted I update paperwork. How eager he was with admission forms. How he smiled when my blood pressure dropped. "Someone adjusted your medication drip twice when you were unconscious," Beverly said. "Small changes." My hands shook. "Who?" "Your husband. Medical training, right?" "He did. Nursing school dropout. His consulting business never launched. I'd been supporting us for 2 years. A doctor's reviewing your chart now." Footsteps in the hallway. Beverly straightened. "Drink water, Mrs. Richardson." Then quietly, "Don't sign anything. Don't eat or drink what he brings. When he leaves, press your call button twice." Damon walked in with coffees and that smile I'd fallen in love with. "How are my girls?" He kissed my forehead. His hand lingered on my IV. "Tired. Decaf, like ordered." I'd never ordered decaf in my life. My daughter made a sound in her bassinet. I lifted her before he could move. Her tiny hand wrapped around my finger. "Need the bathroom." His smile faltered. "Want help? You must be weak." The nurse said, "Walk alone. Build my strength." I stood with my daughter and moved toward the bathroom. Behind me, I heard him pick up the untouched coffee. In the bathroom mirror, I looked like I always had, except now I was looking at a woman who just realized she was supposed to die today. My phone. I pulled up my insurance with trembling fingers. The change was real. Filed at 2:47 a.m. during active labor. I pressed the call button twice. Within seconds, Beverly opened the door. Guards and a doctor behind her. "Additional tests needed," the doctor said loudly enough for Damon to hear, then quieter. "We need to do it now." Through the crack in the door, I watched Damon's face change. The mask slipped, just for a second, but I saw it. The cold calculation behind those eyes I'd trusted completely. He stood slowly. "Tests? She just gave birth. She needs rest. Standard procedure for blood pressure readings." The doctor replied smoothly. "I should be there. Fathers aren't allowed. Hospital policy." The guards positioned themselves between Damon and the door. They moved me through a back hallway I didn't know existed. My daughter pressed against my chest. The doctor stopped at a private office and locked the door. "We found midazolam, 4 times normal." Everything went cold. Meaning, heavy sedation, combined with other meds, respiratory failure, would look like tragic complication. My daughter squirmed. I held her tighter. "He filed cremation paperwork this morning, before discharge. Had your signature." She showed me. My signature on a form I'd never seen. Radio crackled. "Sir, stay in the room." Damon's voice angry. "Where's my wife? Police are coming. Decide now. Pretend everything's normal while we build a case? Or confront him?" I looked at my daughter, 3 hours old. "Tell me everything first." Beverly tested your prenatal vitamins. The ones he bought special. Rat poison. Small amounts. I thought about the morning sickness that never stopped. The bleeding at 5 months. The dizziness. He's been trying for months. Yes. Also, his search history from hospital Wi-Fi, postpartum hemorrhage statistics, life insurance payout, undetectable poisons. She turned her tablet. All dated from when I announced pregnancy. "And he's escalating. Once you're discharged, it's harder. But if we don't stop him today, he'll wait. Try again when you least expect it." Outside, Damon played worried husband perfectly. The doctor's phone buzzed. "Detective Morrison's here. Ready for a statement?" I thought about the vitamins, the insurance, the cremation papers, how he touched my IV with precision. "I'm ready." Detective Morrison was younger than I expected, maybe 35. He wore jeans and a wrinkled button-down under his badge. His eyes were tired but sharp. "Mrs. Richardson." He sat across from me. "I'm going to record this. You can stop any time." My daughter slept against my chest. I couldn't stop looking at her tiny face. "Start wherever you're comfortable." I told him about the vitamins, how Damon insisted on a specific brand from a specialty store, how he'd get upset if I forgot to take them. "You still have the bottle? Home? Bathroom cabinet." He made a note. "We'll need those. What else?" The bleeding, the constant nausea, how my OB was concerned but couldn't find a cause. "Which OB?" "Dr. Patterson, at Women's Health Associates. We'll pull your records." He leaned forward. "Tell me about your insurance." I explained about my parents' policy, how Mom was supposed to stay beneficiary, how Damon had access to all our accounts after we married. "When did you marry?" 18 months ago. "How'd you meet?" "Hospital fundraiser." "I'm a systems analyst at Memorial." He was volunteering. Morrison's pen paused. "He volunteer often?" "Just that once, actually." He wrote something down. "Your income versus his?" "I make $87,000. He makes nothing. His consulting business never took off." "What kind of consulting?" "Medical billing." I shifted my daughter. "He said he'd had clients." "I never met any of them." "You support him financially?" "Yes." "For how long?" "Since we married." Morrison looked up. "Did he have money before?" I thought about it. "He said he did. Drove a nice car, wore expensive clothes. But after we married, everything changed. Said he'd been living off savings. Those savings run out about a year ago." Morrison made more notes. "Around the time you announced pregnancy?" My stomach dropped. "Yes." "Walk me through today, from the beginning." I told him about the labor, how Damon was attentive but strange, how he kept adjusting my monitors, how he'd volunteered to handle all the admission paperwork. "Did he leave your room at any point?" "Several times. Said he needed coffee or fresh air. How long would he be gone? 20 minutes? Half an hour? That's a long time for coffee. I hadn't thought about it. He said the cafeteria was crowded. What time was your daughter born? 11:47 a.m. And when did Beverly first approach you? Around 2:30. So 3 hours. Morrison tapped his pen. That's fast. Most nurses wouldn't catch this. She said she's seen it before. She has. 3 times in 23 years. She saved 2 lives. He closed his notebook. Mrs. Richardson, I need to be direct. Your husband is dangerous. We have enough for attempted murder. But I need your help to make sure he never tries this again. My daughter stirred. I stroked her head. What do you need? First, I need you somewhere safe. We have a facility for victims of attempted domestic homicide. It's not glamorous, but it's secure. For how long? Depends. Days, maybe weeks. My job. We'll handle it. Your employer will be notified you're on medical leave. Extended recovery complications. I thought about my apartment, my clothes, my whole life sitting there. I can't go home? Not yet. We need to process the scene, collect evidence, and we can't risk him finding you. He'll know something's wrong. He already knows. We arrested him 15 minutes ago. Everything stopped. What? In the hallway, after you left. We had enough for a 72-hour hold. Found the midazolam vial in his jacket pocket. Empty. I couldn't breathe. He's in jail? For now, but his family has money. He'll make bail. His family? Morrison pulled out his phone, showed me a photo. Older couple, expensive clothes, standing in front of a mansion. Vincent and Claire Richardson, tech billionaires. They'll post whatever bail the judge sets. I'd never met them. Damon said they were estranged. He told me they disowned him. They didn't. In fact, they've been supporting him. $5,000 a month, direct deposit. I felt sick. I never saw that money because he's been hiding it. Separate account. We found it when we searched his phone. Why would he control? If you thought he had nothing, you'd keep supporting him. Keep him on your insurance. Keep him in your life. My daughter started crying. I tried to focus on her instead of the rage building in my chest. There's more, Morrison said quietly. His search history goes back further than pregnancy. 2 years, right after you started dating. He showed me screenshots. My stomach turned. How to inherit from girlfriend. Making death look accidental. Life insurance for unmarried couples. He's been planning this since we met? We think so. And you're not the first. The room tilted. What? His second wife, Natalie Chen, died 6 years ago. Boating accident. He inherited $400,000. I thought I might throw up. You think he killed her? Case was closed. But we're reopening it. Morrison put his phone away. Which is why you need to disappear. If he thinks you're cooperating with us, he'll escalate. You want me to hide? I want you to stay alive. Beverly knocked. Entered with another woman. Older. Kind eyes. This is Patricia. She runs the safe house. She'll take you now. Now? We've already packed a bag. Basics. Everything else we'll bring later. Patricia smiled. We have everything you need for the baby. Formula, diapers, clothes. You just focus on healing. I looked at my daughter. 3 hours and 47 minutes old. Her whole life already shaped by her father's choices. Okay. They moved us through service elevators. Patricia drove a minivan with tinted windows. We drove for an hour. Away from the city, into suburbs I didn't recognize. The safe house looked ordinary. 2-story colonial. Neat lawn, nothing special. Inside was different. Cameras, reinforced doors, panic buttons in every room. You're in the blue room, Patricia said. 2nd floor, private bathroom. We have 6 other residents currently. All different situations. She showed me upstairs. The room was small but clean. Twin bed, crib, rocking chair. The kitchen is communal. Cook your own meals or share. Whatever works. We have group sessions twice a week. Optional. How long do people usually stay? Varies. Shortest was 3 days. Longest was 8 months. 8 months? Her ex hired someone. Took that long to catch him. I sat on the bed, my daughter in my arms. My whole life reduced to this room. What do I do now? Patricia sat beside me. Right now? Nothing. Just rest. Bond with your baby. Let us worry about everything else. I can't just sit here. You can and you will, because that's how you survive this. She left me alone. I stared at the walls. Beige, neutral, safe. My phone buzzed. I'd forgotten I still had it. Text from Damon. Where are you? They won't let me see you. Then another. Baby, are you okay? I'm worried. And another. The police are asking crazy questions. Tell them everything's fine. I blocked his number. New text. Unknown number. This is Vincent Richardson, Damon's father. We need to talk about your accusations against my son. I blocked that too. Another unknown number. Mrs. Richardson, this is Attorney Phillips. I represent Damon Richardson. These charges are absurd and defamatory. We'll be seeking damages. I turned off my phone. My daughter started crying, hungry. I tried to nurse, but couldn't get her to latch. My milk hadn't come in yet. Patricia knocked with formula. First few days are hard, she said, especially with everything else. She showed me how to hold the bottle, how to burp properly, basic things the hospital was supposed to teach me. You have kids? I asked. 3, all grown now, and 2 grandchildren. They know what you do? They do. My daughter actually volunteers here sometimes. She's a therapist. Why do you do this? Patricia was quiet for a moment. Because 30 years ago, I needed a place like this, and it didn't exist. She left me with the formula. I fed my daughter. She ate hungrily, content, unaware. I tried to name her. We'd been arguing about it for months. Damon wanted Victoria. I wanted something simpler. But those were debates from a different life. I looked at her tiny face. Lily, I whispered. Your name is Lily. She kept eating, satisfied. I texted Morrison. Her name is Lily Catherine Richardson, for the birth certificate. He replied immediately. Beautiful name. Get some rest. We'll talk tomorrow. But I couldn't rest. I kept thinking about Natalie Chen, Damon's second wife, dead at 31. I pulled out my laptop. Patricia said internet was allowed but monitored for safety. I searched Natalie Chen Richardson death. Dozens of articles. Local news. Even national coverage. Tech executive dies in tragic boating accident. Young widow mourned by community. Husband devastated by loss. Photos of Damon crying at her funeral, playing grieving husband. I clicked deeper, found her obituary. She was beautiful, successful, CFO of a startup. The article mentioned her substantial life insurance policy, the investigation that found nothing suspicious, the family's acceptance of the tragic accident. I found her family's Facebook pages. Her mother still posted about her. Every birthday, every holiday. Missing my beautiful Natalie today. 5 years without you still doesn't feel real. I wanted to reach out, tell them, but Morrison said not to contact anyone. I kept searching, found a memorial page, classmates sharing memories. One comment caught my eye. Natalie mentioned feeling sick a lot those last few months. We thought it was stress. Another, she was always so careful on the boat. Strange she fell. And another, her husband seemed off at the funeral. Not sad, more relieved. I screenshotted everything, sent it to Morrison. He called 5 minutes later. Stop researching. But this proves nothing legally, and it puts you in danger. He has people monitoring social media, looking for you. I used a VPN. Doesn't matter. Stop. Now. I closed my laptop, but I couldn't stop thinking. Natalie. Me. How many others? Lily started crying again. Diaper. I changed her on the small table Patricia provided. Her tiny body so fragile, so dependent. I won't let him hurt you, I whispered. I promise. Someone knocked. A woman, maybe 25, bruised face, nervous smile. I'm Ashley, room next door. Patricia said you just arrived? Few hours ago. Rough day? Rough life, she laughed. Yeah, same. Want company? Or you need space? I realized I desperately wanted company. Come in. Ashley sat cross-legged on the floor. She's beautiful. How old? 4 hours? Jesus, you just gave birth? This afternoon. And you're already here? She shook her head. That's intense even for this place. What's your story? Boyfriend tried to kill me with a baseball bat. Didn't appreciate me leaving? She pointed to her face. This is actually healing. You should have seen it last week. I'm sorry. Don't be. I'm alive. That's more than some. She looked at Lily. She know her dad yet? No, he never got to hold her. Good. Keep it that way. We sat in silence. 2 women, 2 stories. Same building. How long you been here? I asked. 3 weeks, waiting for trial. He violated the restraining order 4 times. They finally arrested him. Think you'll testify? Have to. Only way to make sure he stays locked up. She picked at her nail polish. Scared though. His family keeps calling, threatening, saying, I'll regret this. They let them call you? New numbers, burner phones. Hard to block everyone. I thought about Vincent Richardson, his text, his lawyer. They're doing the same to me. Your guy in custody? For now. But his family has money. He'll make bail. Then you better prepare, because once he's out, things get worse. I didn't sleep that night. Lily woke every 2 hours, hungry, crying, normal newborn behavior, but every sound made me jump, every creak, every footstep. Ashley knocked at 3 a.m. Heard you moving. Want tea? We went downstairs. The kitchen was empty. She made chamomile. First night's always hardest, she said. You think he's coming through the windows. Does it get better? Eventually. Once you realize the security actually works, we drank tea. Talked about nothing. Everything. She was studying accounting before her boyfriend isolated her, made her quit school. Planning to go back? I asked. If I survive the trial? You will? You sound sure? I am, because you're stronger than you know. She smiled. You too. We became friends that night. The kind of friends only trauma creates. Morning came. Patricia made breakfast, eggs, toast, coffee. Detective Morrison will be here at 10, she said. Attorney too. They'll explain everything. Attorney, victim advocate, helps navigate the legal process. Pro bono. Morrison arrived exactly at 10. With him was a woman, mid-40s, power suit, no-nonsense expression. This is Catherine Torres. She'll represent you. Catherine shook my hand firmly. I handle attempted murder cases, mostly domestic situations. Your case is strong. We sat in Patricia's office. Small, private, soundproof. Damon made bail 2 hours ago, Morrison said. Posted by his parents. $500,000. My chest tightened. He's out? With conditions. Ankle monitor. Can't leave the county. Can't contact you. Violation means immediate revocation. You think he'll follow rules? No. Which is why we're monitoring him. 24/7. Catherine pulled out folders. Let's discuss charges. Attempted murder. First degree. Premeditated. We have evidence of planning, the poisoning, the insurance changes, the medication tampering. What's the sentence? In this state, 25 to life. I thought about Lily, growing up with her father in prison. And if I don't testify, case falls apart. He walks. Morrison leaned forward. But there's something else. Natalie Chen. We exhumed her body yesterday. Everything stopped. What? Family gave permission. We tested for the same rat poison found in your vitamins. And, positive, high concentrations. She was poisoned for months before the boat accident. My hands shook, so he did kill her. Yes. Which changes everything. This isn't attempted murder anymore. It's capital murder. Potential death penalty. Catherine nodded. With your testimony, we can build a pattern. Show this is who he is, what he does. Natalie's family, I said. Do they know? We told them this morning. Her mother wants to meet you. Me? You survived what her daughter couldn't. She wants to thank you. I thought about those Facebook posts. The grief, the not knowing. When? Tomorrow, if you're ready. I looked at Lily sleeping in her carrier. I'm ready. That afternoon, I pumped breast milk for the first time. Patricia showed me how, explained that stress affects supply. Don't worry if it's not much, she said. You're producing enough. But I felt like I was failing already. Couldn't keep Lily safe from her own father. Could barely feed her. Ashley found me crying in the bathroom. Hey, stop. I can't do this. Yes, you can. You already are. I'm supposed to be home, in my nursery, with my husband helping. Your husband tried to kill you. The words hit like ice water. Truth. Undeniable. Yeah. So fuck the fantasy. This is your reality. You and Lily. Safe. Alive. That's what matters. She was right. I dried my tears, fed Lily, changed her diaper, survived another hour. Morrison called that evening. We searched your apartment and found a notebook hidden in his office, detailed plans, dates, dosages, everything documented. Why would he write it down? Arrogance or stupidity? Maybe both. What else? Your prenatal vitamins. Tested positive. Also found receipts for rat poison, purchased under his name. So there's no doubt? None. This is the strongest case I've seen in 15 years. I should have felt relieved. Instead, I felt sick. The man I loved, the man I married, had been planning my murder for years. His first wife, I said. Did you find anything? Still investigating. Different state. Harder to access records. But you think? Yes. We think there's at least one more victim. I hung up, held Lily, wondered how I'd missed every sign. The next day, I met Natalie's mother. Her name was Helen. She looked tired, worn down by grief. Thank you for seeing me, I said. She grabbed my hands. Thank you for surviving. We sat in Patricia's office, just us. No lawyers, no police. Tell me about Natalie, I said. Helen's eyes filled. She was brilliant, kind. Worked so hard to build her career. How'd she meet Damon? Charity gala. He volunteered. Just like how he met you. My stomach turned. Same playbook. We didn't like him. Something felt off, but Natalie was in love. We couldn't talk her out of it. Did she mention feeling sick? The last 6 months constantly. Doctors couldn't find anything wrong. Said it was stress from work. Did Damon encourage her to change doctors? Yes, actually he did. Found someone new. Someone who prescribed different medications. Do you remember the doctor's name? Dr. Whitmore. Internal medicine. I wrote it down. I'll tell Morrison. Helen looked at Lily. She doesn't deserve this. No, but she has something Natalie never got. A mother who knows the truth. We cried together. 2 women, connected by the same monster. Before leaving, Helen gave me a photo. Natalie on her wedding day, smiling, radiant, unaware. Keep this, she said. Remember what he took from us. I put it in my wallet, next to Lily's hospital photo. That night, Morrison called with news. Dr. Whitmore surrendered his medical license 3 years ago, under investigation for insurance fraud. He was working with Damon? We think so. Damon would find wealthy women, marry them. Whitmore would prescribe medications that made them sick, then Damon would finish the job. How many? Still investigating, but we've identified 4 other suspicious deaths. 4, plus Natalie, plus me. Jesus. This is bigger than we thought. FBI's involved now. Financial Crimes Division. What do I do? Stay hidden. Let us build the case. You testify when it's time. Weeks passed. Lily grew, put on weight, started focusing her eyes, learning to smile. I learned the routines of the safe house. Group sessions, cooking, chores. Everyone helped everyone. Ashley's trial came. She testified. Her ex was convicted. 15 years. It's over, she said that night, crying, relieved. Where will you go? College. Finish my degree. My mom's in Arizona. I'll stay with her. I'm happy for you. Your turn's coming. You'll get through this too. But my trial kept getting delayed. Damon's lawyers filed motion after motion, trying to suppress evidence, exclude testimony, delay indefinitely. Standard defense tactics, Catherine explained. They're hoping you'll give up, disappear, make it go away. I won't. Good, because we need you. 3 months in, Morrison called with terrible news. Damon violated his ankle monitor, removed it. We don't know where he is. Everything stopped. What? Happened sometime last night. We're searching now. Checking known associates, family properties. He's coming for me. We don't think he knows where you are. This place isn't in any database. But if he finds out, we're increasing security. Extra patrol, plainclothes officers. You'll be safe. I didn't feel safe. I kept Lily close. Slept with my door locked. Jumped at every sound. Ashley stayed an extra week. Refused to leave me alone. You're not doing this by yourself, she said. Patricia installed extra cameras. Panic button. Made us practice lockdown drills. This is temporary, she promised. Once they find him, everything goes back to normal. But normal was over. I knew that now. 4 days later, they found Damon. In Mexico, trying to cross the border. He's in federal custody, Morrison said. No bail this time. Flight risk established. I could finally breathe. The trial was set for 6 months later. I had time to prepare, time to heal, time to plan my new life. I moved into a transition apartment. Still monitored, still protected, but more freedom. I started therapy, twice a week, processing everything. The betrayal, the trauma, the guilt. Why do I still miss him? I asked my therapist. Her name was Dr. Reynolds. Because grief doesn't discriminate. You're mourning the person you thought he was. But that person never existed. To you, he did. That's what makes it complicated. Lily turned 6 months old. Started solid foods. Rolled over. Laughed. Perfect. I took a part-time remote job. Systems analysis. Same field. Different company. They knew my situation. Accommodated my needs. Money was tight. My parents helped. They'd flown in immediately when Morrison contacted them. Mom cried for hours. Dad wanted to kill Damon himself. We should have seen it, Mom kept saying. We should have known. He fooled everyone. They offered to take me home, move back in with them. I need to do this myself, I said. For Lily, show her women can be strong. They understood. Visited monthly, sent money, called daily. The trial finally came. January. Cold, gray. I testified for 3 days. Told everything. The vitamins, the medication tampering, the insurance fraud, every detail. Damon's lawyer tried to break me, called me confused, mistaken, suffering from postpartum psychosis. Mrs. Richardson, isn't it possible you imagined all this? No, you were under extreme stress, giving birth, sleep-deprived, hormonal. I know what I experienced. Do you? Because your medical records show no evidence of poisoning. Because it was slow, deliberate, designed to look natural. Or because it never happened. I wanted to scream, but Catherine had prepared me. Stay calm, stick to facts, let the evidence speak. And it did. The notebook, the rat poison receipts, the medication vial, the insurance changes, the search history, Helen testified, broke down describing Natalie's last months. The sickness, the weakness, the death. Your Honor, Damon's lawyer said, this is irrelevant. Different case, different circumstances. It establishes pattern, the judge ruled. Overruled. Continue. The jury looked horrified. Some cried. One woman kept shaking her head. After 2 weeks, closing arguments, Catherine was brilliant, methodical, devastating. The defendant didn't love these women. He hunted them, studied them, married them, then killed them, slowly, carefully, for money. Damon sat emotionless, like I was a stranger, like Lily didn't exist. The jury deliberated for 6 hours. Guilty, on all counts. Attempted capital murder, fraud, conspiracy. Sentencing came 2 weeks later. Life without parole, plus 60 years. Mr. Richardson, the judge said, you are a danger to society, a predator who targets vulnerable women. I hope you spend every day of your miserable life reflecting on the pain you've caused. Damon finally showed emotion, rage, pure hatred in his eyes as they led him away. Catherine hugged me. It's over. Is it? Yes, he'll die in prison. You're free. But freedom felt strange, empty. I'd spent a year in survival mode. Now what? I moved again. New city, new state. Somewhere Damon's family couldn't find us. I changed my name, legally. Lily's too. We became different people. I found a job. A real one. Full benefits. Good pay. Bought a small house. Nothing fancy, but ours. Lily started daycare, cried the first week, then loved it, made friends, learned to share. I started dating again. Slowly, carefully. Trust didn't come easy. The first guy lasted 2 weeks. I ran a background check, found a DUI, ended it immediately. The second guy made it 3 months. Until he asked about Lily's father. I told him the truth. He ghosted me. The third guy was different. His name was Oliver. Teacher, patient, kind. I know your story, he said on our first date. I Googled you. Hope that's not weird. It's smart. Want to talk about it? Not yet. Okay, when you're ready. We took it slow. Coffee dates, park visits with Lily, phone calls. No pressure. He met my parents after 6 months. They interrogated him, ran their own background check. He's clean, Dad said grudgingly. Seems decent. High praise, I joked. Oliver proposed after a year. Simple. Honest. I'm not looking for perfect, he said. Just real. And you're the realest person I've ever met. I said yes, but with conditions. Separate bank accounts. My money stays mine. Lily's trust fund is untouchable. And if you ever give me reason to doubt you, I'm gone. Fair. We married 6 months later. Small ceremony. Family only. Lily was flower girl. Almost 3 years old. Beautiful, smart, safe. My therapist said I was healing. Finally processing. Moving forward. But some nights I still dreamed about that hospital room. Beverly's warning. Damon's smile. How close we came. I'd wake up. Check on Lily. Make sure she was real. Breathing. Mine. Oliver would find me. Pull me back to bed. Hold me without questions. You're safe, he'd whisper. You're both safe. And I'd try to believe him. 5 years after the trial, Helen died. Cancer. Fast. Brutal. I flew to her funeral. Brought Lily. She deserved to meet the woman who helped save her life. At the service, I met Natalie's college roommate. Her name was Diana. Natalie talked about wanting kids, she said. Would have loved yours. I wish she'd gotten the chance. Me too. We exchanged numbers. Promised to stay in touch. Actually did. Diana became Lily's godmother. Unofficial, but important. Every child needs extra adults who love them, she said, especially ones with complicated history. Lily started kindergarten, thrived, made friends, excelled. She's gifted, her teacher said. Have you considered testing? We did. IQ of 145, advanced placement, special programs. Just like her mother, Oliver said proudly. But I saw Natalie in her too. The ambition, the brilliance, the potential. She gets to be everything they wanted to take from us. I told Helen's photo. That's how we win. Lily turned 7, asked about her biological father for the first time. Where is he? Oliver and I had planned for this. Practiced. Still wasn't ready. He's not in our lives anymore. Why? He made bad choices. Hurt people. Had to go away. Will I ever meet him? No, baby. Never. She processed this. Surprisingly calm. Good. I like Oliver better anyway. My heart broke and healed simultaneously. That night, I told her an edited version. Age appropriate, honest, but not traumatic. Sometimes people aren't who they seem. Your father was like that, but I got away. That's why we're safe now. Did he hurt you? He tried, but brave people stopped him. Like a superhero? Exactly like that. She hugged me. I'm glad you're okay, Mommy. Me too, baby. Me too. 10 years after the trial, Damon died in prison, stabbed by another inmate over a gambling debt. Morrison called to tell me. Thought you'd want to know. How do I feel about this? However you feel is valid. I felt nothing. No relief, no satisfaction, just emptiness. Does his family know? They do. Asked if you'd attend the funeral. Absolutely not. That's what I told them. I didn't tell Lily immediately. Waited for the right moment. Maybe there wasn't one. A week later, at dinner, your biological father died. She stopped eating. Looked at me. Then Oliver. Okay? That's it? Just okay? What else should I say? I never knew him. She was 12 now. Tall. Smart. So much like Natalie, it hurt. You can have feelings about it. I don't think I do. She went back to eating. Can I have dessert? Oliver squeezed my hand under the table. She was fine. Better than fine. That night, I burned everything. The photos, the wedding album, the few items I'd kept. All of it. Oliver helped. We stood in the backyard, watching it all turn to ash. End of an era, he said. Beginning of a new one. We held hands, watched the smoke rise. Let it carry away every last piece of Damon Richardson. Lily's watching from her bedroom window. I waved. She waved back, smiled, returned to her homework. Normal, finally. The next morning, I called Beverly. We'd stayed in touch. Occasional emails, holiday cards. He's dead, I said. I heard. You okay? I'm good. Really good. I wanted to say thank you. Again. You've thanked me 100 times. Not enough. You saved my life. Lily's life. I owe you everything. You owe me nothing. You survived. That's all that matters. We talked for an hour about her retirement, my life, Lily's accomplishments. She sounds wonderful, Beverly said. She is. You should meet her. I'd love that. We planned a visit. Next summer, Beverly would fly out, stay with us, see the life she helped create. I hung up feeling light, free, complete. That afternoon, I took Lily to the park. We walked, talked about nothing, everything. Mom? She said suddenly. Yeah? I'm glad things happened how they did. What do you mean? If everything was different, maybe I wouldn't be here. Or maybe you wouldn't be you. And I like you. I stopped walking, pulled her into a hug. I like you too, baby. So much. We stood there, mother and daughter, survivors, winners. Later that night, Oliver was already asleep. I sat on our back porch, stars overhead, house quiet, safe. I thought about that hospital room 13 years ago, how everything changed in one whispered warning. Don't let your husband sign your discharge papers. 6 words. That's all it took. 6 words from a stranger who cared enough to look closer. I pulled out my phone, opened my notes app, started writing my story, all of it, every detail, every moment, every truth, not for publication, not for sympathy, for testimony, for other women, for future Lilies who might need to know that survival is possible. I wrote for 3 hours, until my hands cramped, until the sun started rising. Oliver found me at dawn. Come to bed. Almost done. What are you writing? The truth. He read over my shoulder, quiet, supportive. You going to share this? Maybe, someday, when Lily's older, when she can understand why I fought so hard. She already understands. Does she? She's smart, like her mother. She knows what you sacrificed for her. We went inside, checked on Lily, still sleeping, peaceful, unaware. I saved the document, backed it up, protected it. This was our story. Mine and Lily's, and Natalie's, and the others. The women who almost died, the women who did die, the women who survived. We all mattered. Our stories mattered. Our voices mattered. I would make sure no one forgot that. The next morning, I contacted Catherine. I want to write a book. About what? Everything. Damon, the trial, how the system works, how to spot the signs. That's ambitious. I know, but necessary. How many other women are out there right now with men like Damon? Not knowing? Too many. Then I'll write it. For them. It took 2 years. Interviews, research, therapy, reliving every horrible moment. But I finished. Published. It became a bestseller. Not because it was entertaining, because it was real. Women reached out, hundreds, thousands, saying thank you, saying you saved my life, saying I recognize these signs in my partner. I started speaking. Hospitals, colleges, conferences, anywhere that would listen. Trust your instinct, I'd say. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Don't ignore it. Don't rationalize it. Act. Lily would come with me sometimes, stand at the back, watch. You're helping people, Mom, she'd say. We're helping people. This is your story too. She started speaking at 16. Youth conferences, school assemblies. Her perspective was powerful. The child who grew up in the aftermath. I'm proud of my mom, she'd say. She chose me, over fear, over convenience, over everything. That's the kind of person I want to be. She got into Stanford at 17, full scholarship, wanted to study law, victims' rights, following in Catherine's footsteps. Oliver joked. Someone has to fight for people like Mom, like me. Might as well be me. I drove her to campus, helped her move in, cried the entire drive home. Empty nest. Oliver said, she's too young. She's ready. You prepared her well. Had I? Or had trauma prepared her? Made her grow up too fast? Stop overthinking, Oliver said. She's happy, healthy, successful. You did good. Maybe he was right. Lily called that night. Mom, thank you. For what? Everything. Fighting, surviving, raising me alone, then letting Oliver in, showing me what real love looks like. All of it. I couldn't speak, just cried. I love you, Mom, so much. I love you too, baby. Be safe, always. She hung up. I sat in her empty room, looking at childhood photos, remembering the hospital, the fear, the escape, the years of hiding, the trial, the healing, the rebuilding. All of it led here, to Lily at Stanford, to me writing books, to a life I never imagined possible. That night, I pulled out the old hospital bracelet, the one from Lily's birth. I'd kept it all these years, hidden, protected. Richardson, baby girl. November 3rd, 11:47 a.m. So much had changed since then. Names, cities, lives, everything. But one thing remained. We survived, we thrived, we won. I put the bracelet in Lily's baby box, alongside her first shoes, her first drawing, her acceptance letter, evidence of a life well lived, despite everything. Because of everything. Oliver found me. What are you thinking about? How far we've come. Long way. But worth it. Always worth it. We went to bed, our home, our life, safe, finally, completely. 13 years after that whispered warning, I was truly free. Lily? She was exactly who she was meant to be. Strong, brilliant, compassionate, unbroken. Damon tried to destroy us. Instead, he made us unbreakable. That's the irony. The beautiful, perfect irony. His worst intentions created our best outcomes. And somewhere, I like to think Natalie knows. Sees Lily, smiles, understands. Her death wasn't in vain. It saved us, gave us evidence, made the case, proved the pattern. She was a victim, but also a hero. Posthumously. Unintentionally, but undeniably. I visit her grave sometimes. When I'm in town, bring flowers. Tell her about Lily. She got into Stanford, I say. Top of her class. Wants to be a lawyer. Help people like us. The gravestone doesn't respond. But I feel something. Approval. Pride. Peace. We did it, Natalie. We survived him. Both of us. In different ways. I leave the flowers. Walk away. Stronger. This is my life now. 13 years removed from that hospital room. From that warning. From that moment. Don't let your husband sign your discharge papers. 6 words. 1 sentence. Everything changed. Because Beverly looked closer. Because Helen demanded justice. Because I chose survival. Because Lily deserved better. All of it. Together. Created this. A life worth living, a daughter worth raising, a story worth telling. And if this helps even one woman recognize the signs, leave before it's too late, fight back, then it was all worth it. Every fear, every tear, every sleepless night, every court appearance, every memory, worth it. For Lily, for Natalie, for me, for us all.